Hello, welcome back. It is For the Win, back at it, post US Open recap. And we're doing the Travelers Championship this week, Paul. Major
Woohoo!
championship week over, exhausting,
Oh,
but what a finish. What a
oh
finish.
yeah.
That was epic. That was an epic finish. JJ Spawn gets it done, 150 to 1 outright winner. Was contemplating him and then obviously chickened out, didn't take him, but he battled, man. There was like 6-7 guys who could have won that tournament.
Yeah.
Tyrrell Hatton had a chance there for a second. Bobby Mack, the Scotsman, posted the +1. Had a chance probably for a playoff. He was hoping that, JJ Spawn 3-putted that last hole.
Yeah.
And, obviously Adam Scott and Sam Burr had their chances. They shot a combined +17. So
Ooh, ouch.
tough luck for them.
Yeah.
Adam Scott's obviously getting up there in age. Uh,
Yeah.
Nice to see him win, but just couldn't do anything. JJ Spawn with just a magnificent driver on the 17th hole. Faded it to 17 feet. That was birdie. Took a one shot.
Sweet.
And just storybook finish. He was only playing in his second U.S. Open, only his ninth major. Collects the paycheck of $4.3 million. Gets the 5-year exemption into all the majors, and it's life changing. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Well,
came
not to
runner up
mention
at
the
the
FedEx Cup
Players.
point. He
He
got what? He got what was it like?
yeah,
Was
he'll
it
be
500 FedEx Cup points for that as well?
I think 750. 500 is usually for the
Ooh.
regular tournaments, but 750 for the majors. I think 600 for the elevated. But
Yeah.
man, this is career changing. He was mid 30s, bit of a journeyman, but wow, exciting. I mean, most of the rest of the tournament for me wasn't that exciting. I mean, I don't like watching guys just hang on. Like
Yeah.
I like to see some birdies here and there, and that's kind of why the Masters is my favorite tournament, and the Open is as well. But
Yeah.
this one just it's more of a war of attrition, which I know that's what they're going for, but it's just for
Yeah.
me watching. I just you know when they had that rain delay on Sunday, I was like, thank God, right? I went out and just got some fresh air, went for a walk, and I was like, man, this was just getting like snooze hour. And that I'm a diehard golf sicko, right?
Yeah.
That was the U.S. Open, Oakmont. Um, it was a little too green for my liking. Obviously, there
Ooh.
was a lot of rain in the area.
Yeah.
But I like to see a little baked out, for these opens, the U.S. and the British. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, an exciting week, and we march on. It is the Travelers Championship, the last elevated event of the year. No cut, 70 players. Everyone will play the weekend. And the defending champ, Scotty Scheffler, he won in a playoff last year over Tom Kim, who I had a ticket on. And these dumbass protesters came out of nowhere and started spray painting the 18th green. And they got kicked out promptly. And then they had to change the pin location and this and that. So hopefully the hippies stay away this year, and we get a
Wait. You
nice
had
tournament here in the Northeast.
protesters on for a golf tournament. Like, okay, how boring is
Yeah.
your life that you have to protest golf? There's a ton of shit out there that needs
Well,
protesting. But golf? You serious?
yeah. Well, I think they're from the
What the hell
area and
were
they
they
got some sort of
smoking?
group or whatever. That's what I was asking. And like they were doing some environmental protesting, but I don't get how spray painting a green on a golf course really proves your point. But whatever, it's
Yeah,
hearsay. So we march
environmental.
on.
So you take some poisonous spray paint, paint it on some nice green, and you're protesting environmental issues. Yeah, right. You want to protest environmental issues? Go talk to these assholes, in the oil companies and all these miners and all those guys that basically tear down an entire mountain for a couple chunks of some shiny metal. Go have a talk with them. Environmental issues, and you spray paint a green.
No doubt, Paul.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And I thought I was
Stupid. It's
crazy.
stupid. But anyways, we'll move. Well, in a different way. Let's march on to the 2025 version, Paul. The shortest course on tour.
Yeah.
We have a drivable 16th hole, which is always a very exciting hole when a tournament comes down to the final stretch there. We've had some epic finishes here. Jordan Spieth in a playoff over Daniel Berger. I remember about 10 years ago, I was Harris English. I was at like an eight-hole playoff against Kramer Hickok. I didn't think that tournament was ever going to end. But anyways, this tournament's usually a birdie fest. So we're looking at like, minus 15, minus 20 type winner. I got 4 outrights that I am going to spit out here. Nothing at the top of the board. Just didn't want to mess with Scheffler, McIlroy, Schauffele, any of those guys, Morikawa. I'm going to start off with Shane Lowry, who missed the cut last week. I'm getting him at 45 to 1. He's great with his wedges and irons. Putting isn't obviously his thing, but this course, I mean, Bubba Watson won this tournament 3 times. So that tells you don't need to be a great putter to win this tournament. So, yeah, I like Shane Lowry. He had the weekend off, and he actually, as he was getting ready to miss the cut, he picked up his ball and, like, before he marked it, just picked it up, and everyone's like, what are you doing? Like, it's not lift clean in place, and he just had a brain fart, and then on the next hole, he just walks off the hole and goes, "Spook this course." And that was pretty much it for Shane Lowry. But I mean, he's a world-class player. I expect him to be motivated. His top 20 is plus 115. Oh, speaking of top 20s, excuse me. All the outrights I had no chance. Colin Morikawa was finished. He finished top 23rd, so he just finished outside the top 20. But Carlos Ortiz, who's actually up there in the final round, cashed the top 20 at plus 333. So he made up for those 3 bad picks. So I almost came out even for the week, considering only 1 top 20 cashed. But let's get back to the picks here for the Travelers. So 115 is Lowry's top 20. Next up, I got Hideki Matsuyama, 45 to 1. He won earlier this year at the Century Tournament at Kapalua. Went into a major slump, couldn't hit his irons, putting was off. I saw some signs. at the U.S. Open and Memorial as well at Jack's tournament. I see him turning the corner. The irons are getting better. The putting, who knows, right? It's a bit of a mystery, but 45 to 1. I jumped on Hideki. I think he's got a really good chance. The top 20 is plus 115. Same with Shane Lowry. So I like him to take advantage of this course. Next up, I'm going with the Canadian boy, Taylor Pendrith, 55 to 1. Played really well in the 4th round of the U.S. Open. Played really well, for most of the Canadian Open. Just had a so-so 2nd and 3rd round. And, I like Pendy at 55 to 1 to get really into contention here. He does play short courses pretty well for a bomber. He's probably the longest of the Canadian golfers out there. His top 20 is plus 130. So I'm happy with that one. I think Pendrith is he's trending. So give me Taylor Pendrith 55-1 at TPC River Highlands. The last pick I got for this week, Paul, he is now down to 80-1. I happen to grab him at 120-1. He's dropped 40 points, so I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, I grabbed him at. I didn't take his top 20 when I bet him right away. Shittier number, but his top 20 is plus 162. So over 1.5 times what you're betting, which is nice. But very happy with 120-1. But Bud Cauley's been playing well all year. He's, I think he had a couple of second place finishes. I think he had second at Valero this year. Just a really good ball striker. Not known for his putting, but he played well at the U.S. Open. I played well at Jack's tournament, so he's been trending a little bit like Hideki. Kind of a poor man's Hideki. Poor man's Shane Lowry, just a ball striking Jimmy. Just doesn't have the wins on tour. He was injured for many years. He was in a bad car crash.
Yeah.
But he's just got that pedigree. I see him contending, and I mean at 120-1.
Wow.
I'm betting like 4 something on him to win 500. So excuse me. Yes, it is. This Bud is for you. And let's see if he keeps the momentum up. I like his top 20 at plus 162.
Oh, yeah.
He's an accurate player. He hits a shitload of greens, a lot like Shane Lowry, a lot like Hideki Matsuyama. Pendrith is kind of the outlier. He's not the great ball striker. The rest of the three of them are, but I mean, he's long. He's probably the best putter out of all of them. I think I picked Team No Putt here because these guys are not known for their putting. Lowry, Matsuyama, Bud Cauley, but Pendrith is. So,
well, hey, if you stick it to us,
let's get our Canadian boy across
the hole.
Like
I said, stick it to it an inch of the pin, and it doesn't matter how bad your putting is. 9 times out of 10, you should make that putt. But then again, I could probably miss something like that. So who am I going to talk?
Yeah, you think so. Well, I mean, I've seen some highlights of guys 3 putting from 5 feet, and you never know. I mean, these guys, some of these guys, they do have the yips, and they hide it really well, and they ball strike their way, and So Travelers this week, the last elevated signature event of the year. After this, we have Rocket Mortgage in Detroit.
Okay.
After that, we got John Deere in Illinois.
Yeah.
And then after that, we are going across the pond to the Open Championship in Northern Ireland, not in the Scotland or England. We're going to Northern Ireland. And let's see if Rory can do better than his missed cut in 2016. Shane Lowry will be defending pseudo champ. He won it in 2016 as an Irishman.
This is the first time that the Open's actually gone to the Emerald Isle, isn't it? It's normally in Scotland or...
It's the third time.
Huh? Okay.
Third time. I think 1950 they did it on this course. They waited another 60 years, and then they did it in 2016. And Rory missed the cut. And it was just like, what the hell? It's like his home course, right? But it was an Irishman that did win it. It wasn't a Northern Irishman, but it was, an Irishman. Shane Lowry won it. I remember the last day was just soaked wet. It was a lot of dudes were shooting 77, 78. But yeah, after the Open, only 2 more events after the British Open. We have the 3M in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then the final tournament of the year will be the Wyndham out in Carolina there in Sedgefield. And then it's the PGA Tour playoffs, 3 events. And then we take a little bit of a break. Ryder Cup, we take a little bit of a break. And then the fall season comes up. Football season comes, Paul. So like 6, 7 more tournaments to go this year. I mean, 6, 7 more regular tournaments, and then maybe 10 total tournaments for this year, Paul. And we're wrapping it up, and hoping to collect some more winners on For the Win, Paul.
Definitely. It'd be nice. Definitely
So
be
we
nice.
like to thank our wonderful fans. Please consider subscribing, liking, all that. Paul and I are gonna catch you guys next time.
Hang loose, people. Peace out.